So before I start with this video, I just want to say that everything I say in this 3-part series actually happened when I was in 2nd grade, along with some people who were in the 1st to 5th grade. Some stuff may be exaggerated a bit, but still, everything I say here is 100% true. Okay, time to get into the context and beginning of Grass Wars. So in my school, when it was recess, there were these companies where you could buy goods from people. The least successful business were the flower girls, who would rub flour all over your face and call it makeup. They were dying fast. The other main company was Sensei Monkey's Pizza, the company I worked for, with my coworker we'll call Happy, and my boss who we'll call Monkey. We offered imaginary pizza and bad karate lessons to our customers. We were also dying fast. Then there was the last and most successful company of all, the Clay Guys. What they did was dig in the freaking dirt until they found clay, then they'd sell it to the other kids. I'm not even joking, there was an actual excavation site, it was crazy. There were a lot of kids with the Clay Guys, but the important two were the boss, who we'll call Clay, and second in command, who we'll call Brute. Now you might be asking, what currency did we use? Well, there were some parts on our playground that were covered in pebbles, and sometimes in the pebbles you would find a seashell, so we would use that as currency. That way, kids weren't blowing 20 bucks on imaginary pizza. Now that we have the context of the war set up, it's time to get to the actual war itself. So one day, me and the Sensei Monkey gang were sitting on the sidewalk, counting our shells and discussing what we could do to up our profits. While we were doing this, some clay people walked by, showing us how many more shells they had than us. Little jerks. So Happy, being understandably mad that they were taunting us, plucked some grass off the ground and threw it at one of the clay people. Then, they threw back, and soon, everybody was throwing grass at each other until recess was over. Now usually, that would be the end of it, but for whatever reason, we were still throwing grass at each other the next day, and the day after that. So it was clear that Sensei Monkey's Pizza and the Clay Guys were at war. Immediately, we started marking our territory, because you gotta have a fort. Here's a map of our playground, and this line represents where our territory ends and theirs begins. This fort was the Sensei Monkey's building, and these monkey bars are the excavation site, so it makes sense to put the line here. Also, this area over here is just kind of a flat plain, so it pulled a Steamboat Willie and went public domain. But here's the thing, even though we had a big building, we were still heavily outnumbered. It was like 3 to a bajillion or something, I didn't count. So the race was on to see which side would be the first to recruit the Flower Girls. And I'm also going to have to end right there. Don't worry though, I'm going to try to grind my butt off to get part 2 out ASAP. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. And I'm also revealing my shin at 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, anyway, see y'all later. I'm going to go nuke Australia now.